big and in convincing fashion. They dominated every phase of the game. The Flyers and the Sixers won, like to put the cherry on the top.
There is nothing better to see all three teams win. I mean, every single team won yesterday. The Eagles absolutely dominated. The Sixers won a close one in Sacramento without Joel Embiid and James Harden. They were both out. The Flyers get another victory. Everyone seems to be playing well. And Klemic and I, we were talking before the show. Everyone kind of feeds off of each other, it feels like at times.
The Phillies to the Eagles. I mean, look, I went to the game last night, and I'm surprised that I have this much of a voice left because I got to tell you guys, it was loud, and we were screaming off the defense. I mean, I go nuts. I whistle. I go crazy. People look at me like I'm nuts.
No, this isn't an act. This is actually how he is for real.
It's not just me. Our whole section was going off. I mean, it was great. And I will say this. How about this, Klemic? A lot of Giants fans in the crowd last night. I ran into we parked in a different parking spot where we normally park. Billy Armstrong, my cousin, and I, where we park we weren't able to park there, so we had to go to another spot. We found this spot. It was all Giants fans. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I've never seen so many Giants fans in a playoff, or an opposing team in a playoff. Maybe the Cowboys. That's it. The Giants fans were there last night, and we parked next to Julio Sr. and Jr. Seda, I believe, was there last night. I told him I'd give him a shout-out. Real great people. And we had a good back and forth. We were breaking each other's stones, but it always feels good winning.
Was Mike Trout there?
Well, he was.
Yeah,
he was.
I saw him. I think they showed him on the video board, and someone tweeted it out last night.
38-7, Dave. Dispel all rumors of how Hurts is feeling. He looked pretty good last night. They dominated in every phase of the game, Dave.
5 years ago, 38-7 against the Vikings. 5 years to the day, actually. So I thought that was an interesting, weird, saga of things that happened. But I thought the way they dominated, on the offensive line, the way they dominated like on defense, and as a quarterback play. I mean, it's a hard team to beat at this point in the season that when you've that much momentum.
They were firing on all cylinders yesterday. Yeah. They looked like a machine.
Yeah.
And now everybody was leading up to this. People, me included, were a little worried because it was a divisional opponent, a divisional rival, the Giants. 2, you played it. This is going to be the third time you're playing. You already beat them twice in the season. There were people worried because the Eagles really hadn't played a complete game. Like this win was more reminiscent of a midseason win where they were like a well-oiled machine before Hurts got hurt. This reminded me of that. They dominated every phase of the game.
Yeah, the thing about playoff teams too is if you look at how they dominated on defense, and they've improved, and they had one of the greatest seasons of all time defensively for as far as the pass rush goes. But their defensive backs, we had 2-3 Pro Bowlers in the defensive backfield. Like we're everywhere on defense. That's where characteristics of teams that make it to the Super Bowl.
Brandon Graham, Cox, Hassan Reddick, all registered sacks.
Oh yeah,
right.
And the best of them is Fletcher Cox is probably, and we have Sue, that run stopper. It's very hard to vote against this team.
Listen to this. Here's a big stat for you. They converted 71.4% of its third down opportunities. They were staying on the field.
Yeah, the time of possession was unbelievable, the disparity, because especially in the first half, it didn't feel like Daniel Jones got the ball at all or got an opportunity to give the Giants any chance to score. So you got to give credit to the Eagles. They came out with an amazing
268-yard rushing yards. And how about Gainwell? Gainwell of all people.
The third string.
Yes.
He's third string. He's third string.
12 carries, 112 yards, 9.3 yards per carry at TD. Miles Sanders, not too shabby, 17 for 90 yards, 17 attempts, carries for 90 yards. That's not.
Now, Billy, did you slam the Boston Scott anytime touchdown yesterday? You had to. He's a giant killer.
Yeah, he's a giant killer.
He's had 12.
He's got another one.
12 total. 12 of his, I think, 18 touchdowns in his career are against the Giants.
So anybody that was concerned, I think the Eagles are. I think the Eagles are in pretty good shape, no matter who we face. Whether the winner of the Cowboys, the winner of the Cowboys 49ers, I'm not scared.
No, that would. I'm so confident in the way they're playing right
gosh.
now. If you just the fact that they saw, this is when it happened. Like it's just my anecdotal piece.
Sure.
When they saw Jalen Hurts get hit and he ran the ball, it was like he ran it on the left side.
Yeah.
He got tackled. He got up, and everyone's like,
you're like holding their breath for the collective
he's
sigh
good.
of relief.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, we're good. And then they just let it rip from there. And now after that, I feel like they were just soaring with confidence.
So the last couple of days, when I go up and down the expressway, I go through the toll plaza, and I think it was yesterday or last week, I pulled through the toll plaza, and Donise was in there. She was all eagled up. She had her score, because it's cold in there with the toll booth. I mean, they got some warmth, but she was all bundled up, head to toe Eagles. So I gave her a shout out on the way back yesterday. I saw her on the way home, on the way to the game yesterday. Oh, I'm going to the Birds game. She was giving me high fives. It was great, man.
5 in the toll booth. You just don't have to pay. Just
I had to give her 5 and then a high five.
Discount. Ask for a discount.
So it was basically 10.
Eagles discount.
Yeah, a little Eagles discount, right?
So we're going to be talking Eagles all day today. We'll talk a little Sixers. I mean, pretty cool, Nick, that the Sixers. I mean, come on, what 5? Who goes on a winning streak on the West Coast?
Oh yeah, on a West Coast road trip against some pretty good teams out there. I mean, they just been dominating. Last night, what a game that was! Like, I didn't catch all of it because you're watching the Eagles
I didn't
game.
Get to see, and that's another thing. When you go to there's something. I love being in the stadium, but you don't get to see. Like, I didn't get to see that much of the Chiefs game. I saw the first quarter. I didn't get to see any of the Flyers game because you're in the parking lot, you're talking, you're throwing the football around. Unless a tailgate has big TVs, but I didn't see any of that. We were having fun.
And then the traffic after the game.
And then the traffic after the game. Yeah, we listened to the Sixers on the radio. So we got a great show lined up. Dave Klemic's in the studio. At the bottom of the second hour, we're going to talk to our own Mike Carlin, get his reaction. And then we're going to talk with a senior defensive coordinator, and him, he used to coach at Ursinus, Paul Guenther.
Yeah, one of my really good friends, Joe Morrow, played for him the entire time, and he'd been talking about him for years. Oh my gosh, my coach Guenther, he's going plays. He's gonna be a head coach someday. He's gonna be a head coach someday. I mean,
his son plays at Ocean City.
Yeah. And he's doing his thing in the NFL too.
So we got a great show lined up. It's a happy day, man. And we got football today.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And then next weekend, the 2 NFC and AFC championship games back to back on Sunday. Oh, it's going to be phenomenal.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Hey, I'm here to tell you about Lavari's Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over the Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's a straight shot. It's an old school bar. Dave, have you been out to Lavari's lately? You got to get out to Lavari's. It's an old school bar. It's got like 18 big screen TVs. They got daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night. $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music on Friday nights. Hey, book a private party there, 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw on 97.3 ESPN.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs finishes with a Sunday doubleheader. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew for all the action. First, Joe Burrow and the Bengals take on Josh Allen and the Bills. Then it's a classic NFC showdown when the Dallas Cowboys meet the San Francisco 49ers. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. From the wild card round all the way to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, the NFL playoffs are right here.
Listen to the NFL playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Rendazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
When choosing a wireless provider, you're forced to compromise. But what if you didn't have to? What if you could get reliable service without a contract and save money? Introducing Total by Verizon, a new no-contract, no-credit check carrier for you and your family, with plans starting at just $30 a month on America's most reliable 5G network. Total by Verizon is available at totalbyverizon.com and at retailers nationwide, based on first-place rankings and RootMetrics first half 2022 5G assessments of 125 metros. Experiences may vary, not an endorsement.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot, but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic in the house, and of course Nick Earnshaw on the other side pushing the buttons. Dave, first TD, Goddard. What a catch, huh?
I think it was a one-handed, left-handed catch on an out route or as a choice route, and he just kept taking it to the left and then just ran it in. Didn't even try to cradle it with his other hand.
Because Goddard hadn't played against the Giants at all this year because he was out for the first one. He didn't play the second game because it was I guess they kept him out of that game.
Yeah.
Somebody said I was crazy because I said I like Goddard more than I like Zach Ertz as a tight end because he could block better. And in situations like towards the end zone, you need to have those guys that can delay and then go back into the end zone after they look like they're blocking. And Travis Kelce does it all the time. And he's a great end zone guy because he's big enough to block and it's believable. Where Zach Ertz just kind of runs routes. He's like a tall receiver.
Right.
So I love Goddard.
Right. We'll play some clips today and relive last night's demolishing of the Giants. We demolished the Giants. There was no miracle. It was just methodical. We just rolled them over.
38-7. That's that is the score for the Eagles in the playoffs,
love it, man.
now.
All right, let's listen to Goddard's touchdown. We got it. Nothing's playing.
Nothing's playing.
All right. He did make a sensational. Dave, talk to us about running routes. It's not as easy. Like when you break things off, you got to run a direct route. You can't you can't take the long way. You have to be precise with your route.
Yeah.
Right? Route running.
So you actually kind of do take the long way.
Oh, do you?
Because you can't. What they call it is being quarterback friendly. And if you short your route or you kind of lean your route and make it not as sharp, you're making the defensive back be able to undercut you.
Okay.
So we call that quarterback friendly. And it's a neat thing that
it's something it's hard to teach that to somebody. All right, we got the clip. Let's play Dallas Goedert.
Smith in the slot. Now Gainwell goes wide to the far side of the field, empty backfield. Hurts looks,
Hurts fires, complete. He's got Dallas Goedert spinning across the goal line into the end zone. The Eagles score.
Did you hear the crowd?
Oh, unbelievable.
That was Billy.
That was me. It was all me.
It was all Billy last night. That's what the entire crowd noise was, Billy.
I love Merrill Reese's voice. He doesn't play that up. That's his real voice. Like I golf with him, and I was I'm thinking he's gonna be like, I just do that for the show. That's how he talks.
The scoring first, really, I think set the table, set the tempo of what kind of game was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said earlier, like I think that once Jalen Hurts' shoulder was okay, they just let everything rip. They just threw out. They had some really cool little tricky, gimmicky plays in there too that I hadn't seen all year. I said you only see that during the playoffs.
Right.
They're gonna hold that stuff back, and then in the playoffs they'll pull it out.
And when they scored that touchdown to go to 28 points, and they sent Hurts back out there, they were trying to run that gimmicky play for 2, and then they eventually went and kicked the extra point. I was like, what is Sirianni doing in this game? Like they were showing some
because they had
stuff.
2 timeouts.
Yeah,
so they could like waste one just in case they could get some of the offsides and go for 2. Then they're actually like they're out of reach now.
Right.
They would need 4 touchdowns plus a 2-point conversion in there somewhere. So I know why they did. I could see it.
I just I'm looking at the team stats and you just look 416 total yards to Giants 227. It was just a total domination.
Yeah.
Time of possession. The only thing is like we had the Giants turned the ball over once, and even though one
Bradbury's pick,
right? How appropriate? What's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate was that? I guess is the word I'm looking for.
I coached James Bradbury prior to the NFL Combine.
Get an interception against his old team.
Yeah, I know he was bitter about that, but because they said they didn't believe in him or whatever. But he actually
it does sting when you get traded.
Yeah,
I don't care who
he got cut. He got cut. Bradbury got cut.
But that was a salary cap issue, I believe. But they did cut him.
Right.
But it wasn't like they didn't believe in him.
Right.
And I mean, he's a phenomenal player with very, very long arms. That's where he's very deadly because his wingspan's like 7 feet.
And to have him next to Darius Slay, I mean, that just shows you how deep this team is. And then when you bring Avonte Maddox back, if he comes back from injury, I mean, the secondary is unbelievable. And then you have CJ Gardner-Johnson. He can play in the slot too. I mean, they have a lot of depth at that cornerback position.
All right, let's play another clip. Let's play which touchdowns.
We got the Bradbury interception.
Yeah, let's do this.
They go to a pistol formation. Jones takes it. He looks, he fires, it's intercepted, it's picked off. It's James Bradbury, the former Giant, and the Eagles are in Giants territory again.
You're right. He puts that emphasis on, he's great.
I think he's holding his nose the whole time. That's how he talks. So when James Bradbury drove on the ball to pick that up, now there's one thing about guys as they get to be more veteran corners and stuff, they drive on balls like they can wait. They don't make bad decisions on it. And he drove on that ball right and stepped right.
So they lure the quarterback into
they give him
like he's got more room than he really does.
Yeah, even if they lose slight bits of athleticism as they get older, but they have such better reaction time, and then they know how much space. It's amazing what those defensive backs can do. And when you're like, oh, you feel like you're open. That's a false sense of security for a young quarterback who's going, this guy's going to leave that guy open. No, he's not open, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
609-403-0973. If you want to send the message to the text board with a comment, we'll comment on ourselves here. Get Dave involved with it. 609-403-0973. I just, it was almost too easy. Right? Or
when you're have that many levels, that's the thing. I think this is like the perfectly orchestrated team right now, and especially at this time of the year. Everybody's coming back. Lane Johnson, even though he was playing like holding his groin, the fact that he was out there brought everyone was just so hyped to have him out there. I think Dickerson got hurt.
Yeah, it makes a difference having Lane Johnson out there. I mean, I think I'd rather
look
take
at his record. It's like 13
and I forget
26
or something. It's under 500, way under 500.
13 and 22, I believe.
Yeah, way under 500. But to have a guy like Lane Johnson, I mean, him at 80%, I think I'd take him over Jack Driscoll at 100%. So, I mean, that's just how good Lane Johnson is. Best tackle in football.
Yeah, my father-in-law called me this morning. He's like, you make sure you get on there and talk about that offensive line. And I was like, I definitely will. But that's like people are paying attention to that. The offensive line now. Look at how they dominated the line of scrimmage.
In the trenches, it was ridiculous.
Saquon Barkley, he had 61 yards. We pretty much in all the games that he's played against us, we pretty much
He
shut
had
him down.
one good run last night. Really just one good run the entire night. And that's really it. He had one long run where he broke it off. But that was really all the Giants had going for him. I mean, they really couldn't get anything going. They had one drive where they scored, and that's it. That was it.
How good is this team, Dave?
Well, so look at let's go in reverse. Let's reverse engineer this.
Okay.
Where's the weakness?
I don't see any.
Okay, where's the Chiefs' weakness? I
would have to say now, I mean, so last night Mahomes gets hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't see the play because I was on, over the.
Yeah.
So tell us. I mean,
they only had one on the defense. They only had one Pro Bowler and Chris Jones, right?
Right.
They only had one. Young defensive backfield. Some guys are young, whatever, but they're not nobody else. Now their offense was stacked.
Right.
Their offense is pretty good, and they have some more weapons. And Kadarius Toney starting to return the ball now and look really good, and he's making a lot of plays where, and
Former Giant.
and Isaiah Pacheco was playing his butt off too. I mean, violent kid. But I see weakness in the defense. I see weakness at the linebacker defensive backfield. I don't see any weakness on the Eagles at all. Zero.
How about let's just look at the 49ers. I mean, people probably assume that they're going to win tonight. That's not a foregone conclusion. Anything can happen in the playoffs. But since the 49ers acquired Christian McCaffrey, they're like, what, 11-0?
Yeah, 11
So
straight.
they're complete.
Yeah.
And defensive, and Nick Bosa, I mean, look, they got a dominating defense.
Yeah. They're tough. I know they don't have a start. Their quarterback is a rookie right now, right?
Purdy.
Right. 5th round draft.
No,
pick.
he's Mr. Irrelevant. He was
Right.
the
Yeah,
last
was
pick.
he?
He's
No
the
way.
last pick
I
in
did
the
not
draft.
know.
Yeah,
No.
last pick in the draft.
Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. He's the last pick in the draft, and he's in the division
And we know what
round.
the Cowboys are, because after last night's performance against the Giants, I'm not even worried about the Cowboys.
No, I do want to play
Although I
them,
want to play them.
I do.
You don't know what team you're going to get with the Cowboys. You don't know what team's going to show up.
But yeah, I don't think it matters. After last night's performance by the Eagles, what Dave is saying on both sides of the ball, where's our weakness?
Yeah.
I will be a little bit of a Debbie Downer.
Go ahead, try it.
I'll say Britton Covey. Britton Covey in the punt return game. He's really the only weakness I see. That's it.
Does he have any fumbles this year?
No, does
he hasn't broke. So
he hasn't broke one off.
He hasn't
though.
broke the big one, but he hasn't, like Dave's alluded to, he hasn't hurt us.
Yeah, I don't know. The special teams is a weird thing. It used to have so much more influence on the game.
I don't know.
And now it has such little influence on the game. I mean, not hardly any at all. Now I watched the Chiefs game and I watched the return man from Jacksonville make a big, and he had a couple great returns. I think he's a Pro Bowler as well. But I mean, that kid
Agnew,
yeah, he broke the game open and gave them a chance. But I don't see it very much. I played with one of the best special teamers of all time in Dante Hall.
Right.
And he was a game changer, but they changed the rules so they would choke him out and he wouldn't be a factor as much as the X factor that he was called, So
I'm telling you what, man, I'm just like, even though I'm fired up, I'm still tired, man. It was a late night. We didn't get out of there. Like, I don't think I got home until like 1:30 because of the traffic. I mean, we were literally in standstill traffic last night. Until I live in Collinsville, so I'm right over the bridge.
Now, how long were you in traffic? Do you think, like total?
I would say, and I had the limp. My knee was bothering me. I was walking. We parked kind of far by the. We parked out by the OTB, off track betting, near there.
Okay, yeah,
so it was a little bit of a walk, and my knee was really killing me. So it took us a long time to get to the car because I had to stop a few times, and then we probably sat in the car ready to go for over an hour.
Yeah, that was us.
An hour and a half.
I went to the Week 18 game against the Giants, the last game of the regular season, and we probably sat in traffic, my brother and I, probably for about an hour and a half trying to get out. So yeah, it's just how it is down there.
So I mean, and you know what? I feel like, because I don't work out like you, Klemic. I feel beat up with all the high five and hugging up and down the steps, and I'm a little sore, man.
If you're sore from high fiving people, we need
hugging like it's a long day, man. We got over there at like 4:30. It's a long day.
Yeah. There was at one point where the Eagles were playing so well, I felt myself getting emotionally, like almost about to cry. I was
really?
Like, yeah, I felt like we were having.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried when the Phillies went to the World Series because I was at the game.
I was at the game. Don't talk to me about crying.
I got a little teared up.
I'm worse than Dick Vermeil.
Oh yeah, coach.
I got a little teared up.
He's an old soul. Man. So am I. I get very.
My father cried, and I think that's why. Like the other day, my daughter did a layup. I take her. She's at the college of basketball, recreation basketball.
Oh yeah, I remember.
She did a layup. Week. I just started bawling. All the mothers were laughing at me.
Every time I put
she
my
just
daughter
melts
to
my
bed,
heart.
Every time
You
talk to
know,
Callie,
what do you
I
say
start
when
crying.
your kids do something that like she's looking at me for approval?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just caught me.
Well,
But Dick Vermeil, I mean, I'm just like him. I'm worse
Yeah.
than him.
Yeah. I mean, if you know, I used to maybe cry. This is every time I see a player from another team help from an opposing team up.
That would get you.
I
Really?
start, I go, oh god. You know what I mean? Like this all this stuff is sports is awesome, but it's actually bigger than all that stuff's bigger than sports, and it's crazy. You know,
Nick, look, I can listen to Gene Hart, if I watch a replay of the 74, 72, 73, 74,
that'll
74,
get you
75, I will be boo-hooing. if I hear Harry Callis do like a recap of the 80 team and the 93 team
About the 08.
or the 08 team, I'll be in tears by the end of it.
I'm not. It takes a lot for me.
No.
It takes a lot for me. So for me to do that when Harper hit the home run, I was like, wow.
Chills up and down your back, right?
I was there.
He's not old enough. I feel like your testosterone levels have to drop a little bit as you get older.
Probably true. Probably true.
He's, what are you, 25?
22.
That's awesome, man. Testosterone. You can take like the Big Hurt. They take eugenics or something.
Yeah, right.
All right. The first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the Mainland, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the Mainline, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the Mainline, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at 48 at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday, the Eagles are headed to the NFC Championship game, beating the Giants. We're at Ocean Casino breaking it all down as the Eagles are heading to the NFC Championship game. Sixers weekend, Flyers weekend, all that and more. Eagles win, baby. We're live at Ocean on Monday.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again and again, calling again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Fast just got a whole lot faster. Xfinity has the fastest internet with up to 6 gig speed. You heard that right. Xfinity just increased internet speeds again. And Xfinity Mobile gives you can't-catch-me speeds. Plus, get the best price for 2 lines of unlimited, saving you 45% over Verizon. The fastest internet, the fastest mobile service, and major savings? Can't argue with the facts. Learn more, or now through March 21st, get started for $30 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile for 2 full years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/faster, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Xfinity Internet required. Compares 2 Xfinity Mobile Unlimited intro lines and 2 Verizon 5G Welcome Unlimited lines. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Data thresholds and actual speeds may vary.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed, and a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
If you're struggling with addiction, medication that can support recovery may be the right option. Call 844-REACH-NJ to find out the facts and learn whether medication could be part of your recovery journey. Call today. Your future is waiting. 844-REACH-NJ.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Hey, man, I got myself a new Tiguan. You saw my new car out there?
I did. I
love
just
it,
thought
man.
it was a fan. I was like a big fan out there.
Tommy McMenamin, Toms River Volkswagen took care of me. Go up if you want to get the line of Tiguan Volkswagens are great. They got the Teos, they got the Tiguan, they got the Atlas, beautiful cars. Go up to Toms River Volkswagen and see Huey. He'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Got a bumper to bumper. They took care of the Schweiner.
We got the 2 girls now, so
you need to get up
big
there.
SUV now.
Big SUV.
6,000 pounds.
The big van.
Yeah. 6,000 pounds. I need the write-off.
So I was at the game. You 2 guys watched on TV. What did I miss? Because you do miss things when you're not watching TV.
I will say this.
So give me from the television standpoint. What was it?
I will say this. Did you watch any of the pregame, Dave, at all?
No.
So Rob Gronkowski was on the pregame show, and he could not pronounce any of the coaches' names for the Eagles. You know what he called Shane Steichen? Shane Spikeman. I'll try and find the audio.
Are you serious?
I swear. I will try and find the audio at some point during the show, and I'll play it.
Dave, from a viewer on TV standpoint, was it a interesting? I mean, obviously it was we systematically rolled them over, right? We didn't. There was no weakness in it. But from a television standpoint, how did it look? Dominating.
Okay, so when I look at it as I'm like watching film.
Okay,
and you watch film. This is a funny thing you do when you watch film. You look at people. The smaller details of things, like how sharp people's routes were, what people were doing away from the ball, all this crazy stuff that we were taught to do in watching film, and everything they did looked way cleaner than it did at the beginning of the season.
Really?
So normally a team usually starts to get a little messier, sloppier. They're sick. It's too hard on your body to run perfect routes. That
right.
Everything looks cleaner to me. That's just the way.
So
I was looking
that's
at
a pretty good observation because you heard the players to a man saying how they had an incredible week of work.
Yeah,
that their workouts were really hard.
So would you say the bye week was completely beneficial?
Yeah,
for the Eagles?
You know what, and that's probably the reason. They had a little bit of a rest, and I was, and when you're feeling good because you're scoring, the pains are a lot less. You know what I mean?
Right, because the adrenaline's going, right?
The adrenaline's going for you, and it dulls your pain receptors. This is all scientific stuff, but like at the same time, they did look clean, like penalties wise. I mean, I don't think we had a pass interference penalty the entire game. We didn't have any offsides. We didn't have.
Might have been like 1 or 2 false starts.
Yeah,
if that.
But like very clean football, and routes look crisp.
By the way, the Giants only had 1 penalty for 5 yards. We had 5 penalties for 25 yards.
Yeah, but they weren't. Was there like,
So it was like
an ineligible man
25 yards.
downfield?
Right.
Lane Johnson had one. I know there was a false start. So they weren't like significant penalties. That's good.
Apparently, the referee of last night's game. Every time we've had I think we've got a winning record when he was. I forget Clint was
Cleet Blakeman.
Yeah, that's who reffed the game. The Eagles have a good record when he's the ref. His crew's reffing.
You know what? Speaking of the refs, the first time I've ever seen the chain gang
break.
actually broke.
I know. How about that?
They've never seen that in them. Those chains it's metal chains. I don't know how you could
like little chain link.
And they're old men dealing with them over there. Like, I don't know how they could. What are they doing?
How long was that? That was like what? It seemed
a couple
like
minutes.
It seemed like an eternity. Yeah.
So when they brought it out, they were showing on television, I guess like a backup chain they brought out, and it was all wrapped up, and it was all like they had to pull it out. I don't know. Like it was just crazy. They had to like maneuver all of it.
I think I went to the bathroom during that. That's one thing I say about the Lincoln Financial. There's hardly a wait for the lavatory. It's not that bad.
You remember at the they
vet
used
was
to just pee on the wall.
Yeah.
There's just like a trough.
Before me. I've only been to the
they
link.
have these individual fancy
the
things
vet.
now.
Remember that?
You just pee on the wall.
No, I've only been to the link, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you about the vet.
I'm like I'm
I've only
tired,
read
man,
about
but
it.
I'm like so happy we won. We're going to be playing for the NFC Championship game next week.
It's fun to be tired with a smile,
Isn't it?
It's like you're
I
a
don't
little bit of
like you just said. Like guys go into the game, their adrenaline's going. They don't feel the pain, so I'm like pretty tired. My voice. I'm surprised I even have this much of a voice because I was screaming last night, Klemic.
Well, I heard you on the first clip. That was all. That
was you in the
Goddard catch.
background.
It was all him.
See, I got surround sound at my house, and I think I heard Billy in that one speaker.
All right, let's play Devontae Smith's touchdown. That was a pretty good catch.
Hurts in the gun. Hurts screens it out on the far side to Devontae Smith. Across the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Devontae Smith.
Merrill Reese.
Love his voice. I love, he I was just saying, like, I thought he held his nose when he's talking a little bit, or kind of just did that on purpose. And I golfed with him at Coach Vermeil's tournament, and he was the same the whole time, just like that. I said, "Oh my gosh, this is like it's almost like it's actually famous throughout the entire NFL. Like some guys, like radio guys, are you knew Harry Callis. He's well known throughout the NFL.
Oh yeah, well maybe because he did NFL.
Voice, yeah.
He did that thing on HBO.
Yeah,
inside the NFL, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Dave, how good are the Eagles?
All right,
can they win the Super Bowl?
In my opinion, this is where I was going to talk about them and the Chiefs. So I got a two.
Because you think it's going to be the Chiefs and the Eagles?
I do think I think it'll be Chiefs and Eagles. Okay, and that would be a dream come true for me. But then I'd have
both teams.
Yeah. So here's why.
They'll have to pass you off like the president at the Army Navy game.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting on the Eagles side for the first half. Then the commander will take you down and hand you across the field. Then you go up and sit on the Chiefs side.
Yeah, whatever it takes, as long as I'm there. But no, I do think that the Eagles are a Super Bowl team with. If you're playing now, I do think it's going to end up being the Chiefs and the Eagles. That's my personal opinion. But if I had to pick one team that is just absolutely has no weakness, it's only the Eagles there. So and at this time of the year, they're semi-healthy and healthier than a lot of other teams would be. And they had the bye week, and you just have Jalen Hurts who can. I always feel this is one thing: converting third downs. It may not be the biggest thing, the biggest stat, but I think.
71.4%.
If a team converts third downs, it's so important. And if you're picking up first downs every time, like the Chiefs do, they just go bing, 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 touchdown.
Right.
But if you want to sustain a drive and then convert a third down, you always have Jalen Hurts that just goes, we got 3 yards. That's a weird position to be in. And he'll go, I'll just run you over.
So you're saying that the Chiefs you think could get it, but now Patrick Mahomes is hurt. What do you tell us a little bit about the injury? What you told me?
I watched the way it happened, and it's a weird. So your ankle turns. It's called an eversion or an inversion.
Okay.
Inversion is one where it's like you're out for a couple days. You tape it up, you're fine. And an eversion, it's like it twists in a weird way. So it kind of your ankle pronates. So the ankle goes in towards what you call the sagittal plane or the midline of your body.
Right.
And it went in that way. And that's a weird spot. So it could be.
I guess there'll be a lot of swelling. It'll be swollen. A lot of swelling associated with that.
We'll see, because it could go negative on the X-ray, but there could be ligament damage.
Right.
And that's where they have like those like higher ankle sprains and stuff like that. That comes from eversion sprains. So we'll see. We don't know, but he played the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean he did.
That could be on
a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's all adrenaline. Just like when Jalen Hurts in Chicago, I mean, he gets driven into the ground. That looked like it hurt.
Oh,
and he plays the rest of the game only to be out for the next 2 weeks, and everybody's like panicking and freaking out. I think he put all that to rest last night.
Yeah. But you see, Patrick Mahomes does not need to throw off his back foot.
No.
I heard who was it? Collinsworth? Was he doing the game?
It was somebody. Yeah, I think I know where you're going with it.
He doesn't use his back foot.
Yeah.
He jumps in the air. He throws sidearm. He does all this stuff. So if
he quick pitches it. He does it all.
He does.
He's a magician with the ball.
That's the thing you always have to deal with. I think the Eagles are a more complete team than the Chiefs. I think they're a more complete team than anyone. You have to deal with Patrick Mahomes. That's the one thing that.
I mean, he lost Tyreek Hill, and he's still doing
right.
He only has really. I mean, he has Juju Smith-Schuster, but he's no Tyreek Hill.
No.
But Travis Kelce, I mean, he's been unbelievable this year.
15 catches yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you thought Pat Mahomes might take a little bit of a step back, losing a receiver like that. He's stayed the same.
That was his best year, right? Statistically.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, let's play the giant killer. Boston Scott scores next.
First and goal at the 2. High snap. Give goes to Boston Scott. He pushes forward. He's in for the touchdown. The giant killer has another one.
You know what I love? That crowd noise. That's awesome.
It's the best. And the fact he ended it with it's the giant killer. He's every single game he's played. I think it's I forget what the exact stat is. I believe 10 games in a row or something like that. Boston Scott scored a touchdown.
You know what I missed? Just thinking about not hearing Merrill. When I was a kid going to the game, remember the old men used to bring transistors into the game and listen to the game while they're in the stands. I don't hear that. I haven't heard that in a long time. People don't have transistor radio.
They have those little headphones that you can put in.
The earbuds, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to also you're there at the game, high-fiving everybody. It was fantastic.
Going back to watching the game on TV, I don't know if you saw this, Billy, but they caught Sirianni running down the sideline and then cursing on air.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got him cursing on air. Did you see that?
What did he say? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he knows. I know what the bleep I'm doing.
Yeah.
To the ref. He said that in the ref, and it was clear as day. Clear as day. So
plus, obviously, you don't get the benefit of replay
yeah.
When you're at the game, too. But it's a trade-off, Dave. It's like being there is so cool. But there's something to be said to being in the confines of your own house, listening to the commentary and everything.
Well, the one thing, like, if you see, like, the movie theaters are going out of business, like you have Regal Cinemas going out of business. They knocked over Tilton 14. Like,
man.
But they figure, because the television is so good.
Yeah.
That
the screens are so big
from
now,
the movie
right?
theaters almost takes away from the stadium effect because the games are so good to listen in person. So, I mean,
but the juice you get, like, I wouldn't trade that in for, like, you saw the crowds at the Phillies games.
See, I preferably for football would rather watch it on TV. I'd rather watch football.
My brother Bobby's like that. Over the course of our lives, every time I got tickets offered to me and I'm talking from like 5th grade on, we had uncles that had tickets or friends and everything. I never turned tickets down. I always went to the game. My brother always turned them down. He liked to watch it on the TV. I like to be there.
Yeah. Well, you know what they could do? It's just have the play-by-play guy and over the loudspeaker.
Yeah, they should pipe in
like
Merrill Reese.
No, just put your AirPods in. You'll be good. All you need to do is put your AirPods in.
Yeah, but then they'll get knocked out of my ear.
Then, but they do have the replay. You can see the replay on the screen and stuff like that.
Just a great night in South Philadelphia, man. It was awesome. I am so psyched for
next week. Might be a little better.
Hey, maybe we'll call Chuck at yesterday's and see if we can shoot over there, do a show, move because it's a 3:00 game.
Yeah, 3:00. NFC Championship.
We'll see if we can move our time.
AFC
maybe 1 to
6:30.
3 and get
that
over
is
there.
A great spot to watch.
Isn't it? We had a great year over there.
It is a great spot. They love you, Billy. They love you.
We love that.
You got a big fan base over there, and it's really cool that the setup they have.
Yeah.
I was actually Googling last night. How do I buy one of those scoreboards they have?
Oh, you see that scoreboard?
So I can put it in my basement.
Yeah.
I love that thing. And the Fly Eagles Fly. That's so cool.
We're having a great time recapping and just going all reacting to the Eagles game last night. It was a great win. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 8,900. And by the way, yesterday, Blitz's Markets does their Eagles game day meal. I got text messages from a few people that said they went down there and got their Blitz's Italian and turkey hoagie for $5. So
that's
just
fantastic.
everybody, it was a big win for everybody last night. All right. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the station where Sixers fans unite for every slam dunk.
He hammers it in.
Every three-pointer.
Corner three, bucket good.
We are your play-by-play home for Sixers basketball.
And a steal by Bible. That's what he does. And a two-hand jam. And the bench loves it. Give me a T.O., baby.
There's only one place to listen to Sixers basketball all season long. 97.3 ESPN.
And Maxey finishes with a flurry.
South Jersey's Sixers station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Ariya not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Broadcasting live, the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. The Locker Room, Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chief wide receiver Dave Klemic, and of course, Nick Earnshaw pushing the buttons over there, keeping us on the air. Yeah, man, what a great day. It's a great day.
Yeah.
This is great. The Phillies, the Eagles, all in the same year, Nick Earnshaw. Could you imagine if you were around in 1980, my senior year?
This is
Dave
my
Klemic,
1980. This is
right?
my 1980.
All 4 of our teams, Dave, appeared in their respective championship games that year, my senior year, 1980.
Who was the third
Flyers,
baseman?
Eagles, Sixers, and Phillies.
Who was the third baseman of the Phillies?
Mike Schmidt. Come on, man. You got to get out.
I got Billy. Billy and his brother. We did the trivia.
Yeah, remember that? That was funny.
My goodness.
You know, Bobby and I got ripped for that because we blew those.
Oh,
Those questions were so easy.
I didn't make them that hard.
No, they were. Well, I told you not to.
And they still couldn't get it.
Who was the ace pitcher in 80?
For who?
For the Phillies.
Carlton.
Yeah, Steve Carlton.
All right.
All right. Come on, man. But
All right.
But that was a fun time. This is reminiscent of that, Dave. We got the Phillies went all the way to the world, even though they didn't win the World Series. That whole ride was fantastic. Now we're on another ride.
Hey, the Sixers are heating up too.
And the Sixers, who starts a winning streak on the West Coast?
And what is one of the best shows in the country that has it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
and
right.
They always mention Philly sports. They've even had a whole show on Vince Papale called The Gang Gets Invincible.
Yep.
I don't think Vince even saw that. I think I heard there was a show about that. I said, Vince, you haven't
were on
seen
that
the show?
Like I know
it's
you
about you.
Like I know you have a movie and all, but you were on the show too.
Yeah.
Let's hold off the highlight, couple more highlights we're gonna play, but we do have a few text messages, Nick.
Yeah, we do. So we have a couple of text messages. One I really like. So no name. Make sure you leave your name next time when you do text in. So someone texted in saying Coach Sirianni was fired up celebrating in the end zone towards the end of the game. Very easy to play your heart out for a coach who has his heart in the game.
There you go, David. You play. What do you think?
So this is a cool. I'm going to get to quote Coach Vermeil, which I do at least once a show.
Are you going to cry?
I might cry.
You're going to be tearing up.
But I lead my life with this too. People don't care what you know till they know that you care.
You said that before.
That's a Vermeilism. Yep. And I think that
once
the team sees that you are invested emotionally, they're with you. You know
I'd love saying it. Give it to me again.
People don't care what you know till they know that you care.
And Nick, that text message was
spot on
because Nick Sirianni, like when he first came here, remember water in the flower, his competitive things of playing ping pong or baseball.
They threw flowers at him.
Right, I know. But guess what? When you're winning, that all sounds like it's so poignant, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh. 100%.
Oh, it's 100%
and maybe that.
true.
Guess what? Maybe that's why he's a winning coach. Not only is he a good coach, but those type of things, like what Vermeil said, you'll never forget.
Never forget. I mean, you could see he is.
Coaches are like father figures.
Yeah, he's not a guy that's like stoic. He's very animated.
Yeah,
the coach. When they're winning, that hypes you up. It may hurt you on the downside. He may get like kind of mad, and then it hurts you. He's in it.
Hey man, we're in it. Who do you want? The Cowboys? I want the Cowboys. I want the Cowboys.
Cowboys all day.
All right. Hour 1 is in the books. Hour 2, we're going to talk with our very own Mike Carlin. Is going to check in and give his thoughts on what he saw.
Can't wait.
And then we're going to talk to Paul Guenther. He's a senior defensive assistant for the Vikings, but talk to him about how to prepare to play the Eagles. He's a defensive coordinator. Oh no!
Awesome.
So we'll talk to him about that.
Awesome.
All on the other side. It's a locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw right here in the locker room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs finishes with a Sunday doubleheader. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew for all the action. First, Joe Burrow and the Bengals take on Josh Allen and the Bills. Then it's a classic NFC showdown when the Dallas Cowboys meet the San Francisco 49ers. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. From the wild card round all the way to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, the NFL playoffs are right here.
Listen to the NFL playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Morning, beautiful.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah, it was. The party really started after you won pick 3.
Hey, sissy,
I just sent you pics from last night.
Oh, there's you riding a donkey.
Oh.
With Pick 3 from the New Jersey Lottery, celebrations are getting bigger because more winning tickets earn bigger prizes.
Let's return the donkey.
Oh, we can't keep them?
Now, winning $1 straight wagers are guaranteed a $500 prize. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Straight Talk Wireless knows there are plenty of reasons you might need a new phone. But switching to a better wireless provider doesn't have to be one of them. Keep your own phone and save when you switch to any Straight Talk Wireless plan, like our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot, plus nationwide 5G. Keep your own phone. Switch to a better wireless plan. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Requires a compatible unlocked phone and KYOP kit. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See latest terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
The Maharaja Indian Restaurant is a place of peace and joy, and they want their guests to feel comfortable and welcomed. Their $13.99 buffet is open daily from 11:30 to 3 and is inspired to create the great taste that ancient Indian kings enjoy. Maharaja is located in the English Creek Shopping Center in EHT. Looking for catering for your next event? They offer a full catering menu as well. Visit maharajarestaurantnj.com or call 609-380-7347.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed, and a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
Hi, Merrill Reese from Mike's Seafood Run Walk for Autism in Sea Isle City. The Mike's Seafood Run Walk for Autism has been promoting awareness and raising funds for special service schools and families of special needs children. Come join over 5,000 participants in the 5K race and the Family Fun Walk, followed by a huge after party. Join us in huge heated tents where they'll have great food, unbelievable door prizes, and the award ceremony. The party is not just for runners and walkers, it's for the entire family. They'll have clowns, superheroes, and face painters for the kids. For more information or to register, go to polarbearrunwalkforautism.com.
Mike's Seafood Run Walk for Autism is Saturday, February 18th at JFK and the Boardwalk in Sea Isle City. Registration is from 9:30 to 11:30. Run Walk starts at noon.
Any day you can do something for children with disabilities, it's a good day.
With all the sports we have, every time of the year is the best time of the year.
And the crowd just buzzing with excitement.
On 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Ready, 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy.
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory.
EAGLES, Eagles. All right, we're back here in the locker room, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chief wide receiver Dave Klemic is in the house. And, of course, Nick Earnshaw pushing all the buttons on the other side. Dave, man, Are we going to get enough publicity? Are the Eagles going to get their like? I don't think the Eagles get enough respect. Do you think now we get respect nationally?
Well, just talking to the people that I know,
that's what I feel. I could be wrong. Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, they're hated because their fans are hated, but they're like, it's pretty much unanimous right now. They're the scariest team in the NFL.
Yes,
they're a monster right
now. I mean, after the waxing we put on the Giants last night, I don't think there's going to be any question that this team, I think from the whole roster, is the best. The roster we have a great roster.
Yeah. So the team prior to this that I thought, remember the Atlanta Falcons when they played when they lost the Super Bowl
28-3
and
they come back.
They were I was going to say, weren't they down
28-3?
Yeah, that was the most complete team I've seen in the NFL and got beat by Tom Brady himself from 24 points back. This is the most complete team I've seen since that Atlanta team back in what year was that? Oh,
no, that wasn't too long. I think it was 16. I believe it was 16.
And that team reminded me because they had everything. I mean, and Matt Ryan was at his best, and the Atlanta defense was incredible. They had all those great receivers, and they were very complete. And this team is as complete, if not more.
Do you know what I think is? I don't know if you've ever caught it. Have you ever seen First Take with Stephen A. Smith and when who's the receiver for Cowboys?
Michael
Irvin. They're funny. They go at each other. It is hysterical.
At each other's throats.
Isn't it hysterical?
Yes, because Michael Irvin is the biggest cowboy, and Stephen A. does this whole bit where he hates the Cowboys. He puts the cowboy hat on.
You think I get fired up? You should see him.
Shannon Sharp.
Oh
yeah.
The Laker game.
They go at it too.
No, did you see the Laker game?
No, I did.
So go ahead, Dave. Yeah,
what happened?
He got in a fight with the Grizzlies players because they came after LeBron James.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And they're very good friends. So he was on the court.
Really?
And John Morant's dad was also going at Shannon Sharp as well. Yeah.
Wow.
And then they made up after the game. I saw a picture or video of Shannon Sharp and John Morant's dad, giving each other a hug, shaking hands, and they were all good after.
For some reason, I just don't feel. I could be making more of it than it is. I just don't feel that we get the respect by the national people.
Oh, okay.
No,
by the media.
They never have. Right. The Eagles never. The Philadelphia never does. They never do.
I mean,
no.
All right. The 49ers looks like the team, but they're getting all the accolades and.
Agreed.
So here's it seems like they like the darling of they want them to be good.
Yeah, I think the New York, the big markets like the LA and New York media is gonna that's where they're gonna have if they do well, they want them to do well.
Right.
If Philly's doing well, they're like, that's not as big of a market. We don't want them to do well.
We are a big market. We got 4 sports teams in one. Not that many. There's like 8 cities that have 2 teams or more in their cities.
Yeah, but they really love those New York and LA teams. Anything surrounding that, but. Although Kansas City is pretty, that's a darling team.
Well, you play. All right, so Dave, that's a great question. You played in both. Well, you didn't play. You live in this area, but you played for the Chiefs. Yeah. Talk to. What's the difference in the fan base as far as be honest. I know. I don't want you to.
You have two teams, right? And we have 2 teams.
Because you have the Royals and the Chiefs. That's
and then you're like this island, which is like Kansas City, and then it's like there's no big cities until St. Louis is kind of big,
right?
But there's nothing.
They only have 2 teams. I go back and forth with Berube all the time. They only have the Cardinals and the Blues.
Yeah. So it's your people are very obsessed over 2 sports, and football is like everything.
Right.
And I mean, it's way bigger than the Royals. But so they obsess over their one sport that they have professionally. They have no basketball team. Are the fans as critical? Like no. They are.
You know how the Philly fans can be. Players say well, they'll let you know if you're not doing your job. Are people in Kansas City more patient? I guess.
Yeah. So there are the guys that'll stay to the end of the game regardless, just because they got tickets. They're happy to be there.
Right.
Philly's like, I got traffic to hit. I gotta get home. Ain't no traffic in Kansas City. Yeah. There's nothing. I-70 is like you're clean cruising everywhere you go.
Out.
Everything's
the one hat town, man.
Yeah. So, but no, and they are tough. And even when you come in from out of town, or even their fans are tough. When you're there, there is fights in the crowd. There's always starting
like Philadelphia has always had such a bad rap. Yeah, but it happens everywhere.
Yeah. Now, Dave, Arrowhead's one of the loudest stadiums, or the loudest stadium in football or in sports. What's Seattle. It like? Yeah, Seattle too. Okay, What's it like there?
All right, so I've been to almost, I think not all the new stadiums, but I've been to every city now in the country, right? And as far as NFL games, and Kansas City's was the loudest because of the way the acoustics are set up. And you know how we have these crazy big jumbotrons and stuff?
Yeah.
All that is people. So there's 70,000 in Arrowhead, 69,000, I think. And there's no jumbotrons. There's nothing like, it's just the game. So all eyes on the game.
Right.
You're not looking at the scores. You're not looking at, they don't even put the scores up somewhere, but
Really?
a little small screen in the corner there.
It's like, oh yeah,
they
that's
know
the
you got
score.
your phone.
You can check
and
it
I'm
on
like,
your
our
phone. Yeah.
jumbotrons were like circles. They're not even like a big,
Do they boo like we do?
No, it's not. And the people stayed to the end of the game. They watch the end of the game when the announcers come out there and
Still
they're
packed.
They're still packed until the players walk off.
Let's play another clip from. Let's go to. I guess we have
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts coming up. Let's play that.
Ball at the 5-yard line. Goes into a long count. Hurts is back. He's going to go with the draw. He's going to run. He's going to score. Jalen Hurts. He's healthy. The middle, and they took it left. Yeah.
See, I didn't get to hear that. Mike Quick, he's healthy.
Yeah,
that's what everybody thought.
His shoulder,
like you said, after that first hit.
Yeah, and I think it even maybe for him a little bit. I'm pretty sure he knew how he felt, but the fact that he got up and they were just like,
I mean, he didn't.
Everyone was lit. Everyone's like, "We got this. We got this."
Yeah, I think I remember. Maybe there was like you could hear a little. It was so loud, but maybe you could feel a little bit of that. You know, maybe, but it was fleeting because it went after he got right up.
No, I mean he's a very
what's he deadlift like 600 pounds?
600 pound squat. I mean he's just a phenomenal athlete. But they were saying like he would have normally run those guys over instead of just falling to the ground or taking the slide. And they're like if he's as he gets better and older in this game, he's going to start doing that more. We'll pick his battles. You know what I mean?
Right.
If we really need it, he'll knock you over on third down and, because you're about to score in a close game.
So here it is. He can run through you and he can run around you.
Yeah. I mean, he ran a 4.59 to the combine.
Jesus.
Right? At 6'1".
4.59?
6'1", 225. Yeah, and he ran a 4.59.
What did you run the 40 in?
Look it up.
4.3. 4.3.
Just under 4.3.
Get out.
Look it up.
4.29.
Look it up. So
I'm
anybody
looking it up
wants
right
to
now. I'm looking it up.
Google me.
You could Google it. And, but I don't. I don't say it because someone goes, "Oh, it's BS. You didn't do that." I'm like, just Google it.
What do you mean? You
Google
beat Dante Hall in a 40-yard dash?
Yeah, and Dante was a 4.3.
Right.
So what was I?
So right. All right.
Right.
4.29.
2.8.
4.28. Yep, I got it right here on Google.
Yeah.
2.8.
I'm showing the stream right
That's
there.
lightning.
Right there. 4.28.
609-403-0973 is the text board. You can send in a text, comment, make a comment. We will comment on your comment about the Birds. Moving on to the NFC Championship game. Want to remind people, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. Of course, if you want to book a wedding, you got to get down there. They got award-winning culinary banquet staff. They customize your menus. They can seat up to 275 people, so it's a nice venue for a wedding. Go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, when you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for me. Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill. I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located at Route 50, Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg. Just 8 minutes over the Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar. They get 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night. $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. You can't beat that. Go see Dave Lavari. Dave's a good guy. I've known Dave for a long time. Dave loves live music on Friday nights. Book a private party there. 609-628-2225. 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Nick Ershaw celebrating Eagles' big win right here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN.
coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday, the Eagles are headed to the NFC Championship game, beating the Giants. We're at Ocean Casino breaking it all down as the Eagles are heading to the NFC Championship game. Sixers weekend, Flyers weekend, all that and more. Eagles win, baby. We're live at Ocean on Monday.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, how Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
When it comes to wings in the Delaware Valley, nobody beats the Piccalilli Inn. Whether it's South Jersey's best wings, tails, or ears, let them know you're sauce champion. All 10 delectable flavors are going head-to-head to battle for number one. When it's game day, you just gotta head to the Pick. Visit them on Facebook or at Piccalilli.com for their Pick game specials. And be sure to pre-order to guarantee your spot in Sunday's lineup. Nobody beats the Piccalilli Inn. Visit the one, the only, the original Piccalilli Inn, Route 206 in Chemong.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back here in the locker room, broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here at Northfield. Billy Schweim, former Kansas City Chief wide receiver, Dave Klemic in the house. Good to have you in here, Dave.
Glad to be back.
You saved me, man, because I didn't think I was going to be – I was really worried last night about being out late. I thought I was going to lose my voice in the cold air.
Well, I thought I was going to have to host this myself.
Yeah, I thought you were going to – but I made it.
It was going to be me and Dave.
Yeah. At the bottom of the hour, at 11:20, we're going to talk with our own Mike Carlin. And then at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk with Paul Guenther. From
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Defensive coordinator.
He may remember me from high school.
Did he try to recruit you?
I think so, but no, he didn't. I don't think he was there till like 97, but I know he was at Ursinus for like 4 years when I had multiple friends playing at Ursinus. Loved him.
All right, before we go to Mike Carlin, let me ask you a quick question. Tom Brady, What's his future? What do you think?
That spot in Las Vegas is open.
What about Miami? He's building a house in Miami.
Yeah, true.
I mean, all Miami need is a quarterback for 1 year. Give Tua Tagovailoa the year off to clear his head.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't know about the house in Miami, but I know that spot in Vegas is open.
Yeah,
and that would be a big time, cool thing for Vegas.
Be a big move,
to do that for 1 year.
Because I don't think he's retiring.
No, he's not.
He's
not.
He's too competitive. He wants to win at everything.
The only thing's taking him out is an injury. That is it. So he's going to keep going until he's hurt. Yep, promise you.
How about that?
He'll
All
keep
right.
going.
Let's get reaction from our very own Mike Carlin. Let's go to the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in our very own Mike Carlin. Good morning, Mike.
Hello, guys. How's it going up there?
Mike, what a night in South Philadelphia. Going to that game last night was tremendous. And it put all the doubters, all the people worried about Jalen Hurts, put all those doubters to sleep.
So I'm sitting next to Jaws and Paul during the game, and literally after the second play, Jaws looks at me and goes, "It's over." And when he threw the 40 yards down to Devontae Smith, he said, "There's nothing wrong with his arm." He goes, "They're already controlling." He said the first 5 minutes of the game, you literally could tell by the line. He goes, "The line's already." He goes, "This game's going to be over." And then after the first quarter, when it was 14-0, he was like, "This is over, guys." Because we don't have to worry about this game.
They put together a great game plan. They had the energy. They were firing on all cylinders. They dominated in every phase of the game, and like everybody was worried about Jalen Hurts. Put that to bed.
No. Not after that play. And then during the second quarter, he started running, and he wasn't running out of bounds. He started running up the middle. It was like, "Hey guys, I'm fine." He was showing everybody's fine, but the line itself, that offensive line, was just blowing the Giants off the ball.
And Dave Klemic,
when I was sitting next to Paul, and I'm Paul, like, "How do you defend this?" He goes, "It's hard." He goes, "They're playing today so far like when they were 13-1 and we weren't worrying about anything." Kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like
you stop the wide receivers, we're running.
I said to Dave Klemic, I said it's like they were mid-season, that mid-season form where they were just
that's what he said.
Rolling over people.
Yeah, he goes, it was almost like Hurt never got hurt, and they were 13-1, and they were going to be 14-1 after last night, and that's how they were looking. Remember 5 weeks ago.
So when you're sitting there watching
big day with
Mike, when you're sitting there watching the game with Jaws and Paul. Are they analyzing the game while you're watching it? What's that? That has to be a pretty cool experience.
That's a great question because we all think we know the game.
Right.
We don't. Trust me when I say. I mean, Dave knows what I'm talking. What I'm going to say. They're using the terminology that I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They would line up for a play, and Jaws would know the play. On defense, when Paul saw certain things on the field, he would tell you what the play is going to be that offense was running. And they were right 8, 9, 10 out of times. I mean, it was unbelievable. But their terminology that they talk back and forth is football stuff that me and you just have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, let's go to Dave Klemic because Dave Klemic played in the NFL. There are a lot of terminology that the layman, the average guy doesn't know. That's got to be pretty interesting to analyze it the way you can.
Yeah, just like if you're watching film, like when your coach is speaking of what the heck would that mean? Quarterback friendly. Yeah, that's a quarterback friendly route.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to anybody else in the world except for if you've been in that locker room. Right, you hear that a lot, right? The defenses, if you know what's a Tampa 2 defense, I don't know what the heck is a Tampa 2 defense. You know what
Omaha.
Yeah, like there's a lot of terminology that are like common amongst coaches, and then there's a lot of terminology that you made up yourself, and you're trying to kind of hide that. But yeah, Mike, isn't that funny? And Jaws is the ultimate film study guy.
He watches tons of film.
Good. How you having fun, Mike?
I'm having fun, but I'll tell you what, you can really tell that these guys just don't walk in and do radio shows or TV shows. I mean, when I was with Jaws the other day, I mean, he studied. He was getting ready for that game. It just doesn't. You got to do your homework, I guess, is my point. And you could tell the guys that do their homework and don't. I mean, they really come off. He knew that game inside out, and like I said, by halftime, it was done. It was over. But in his mind, it was over in the first quarter. And when he saw Hurts hit the second play of the game for 40 yards, he was like, his shoulder's fine. So it was like we were a little anxious before the game. After the first quarter, that all that anxious went away. And then it was, all right, let's get ready for tomorrow's game with the Cowboys and 49ers. And in my mind, I would love to see the Cowboys play the best game of the year, knock them off, and then give them to us.
That would just be.
We have a guest. Paul just came in, so he's getting ready for the next segment.
All right, we're before I let you go, Mike, we're gonna take a break, and then you stay on the line, and we'll bring Paul up. Is that okay?
Yep, that'd be great.
Before I let you go, Mike, let me ask you this: give me what's your lasting impression about this Philadelphia Eagles team? Are we Super Bowl bound after that performance, Mike?
I think San Francisco's really good, guys. I think San Francisco's defense is a lot different than the Giants' defense. We are playing at home. I'm not worrying about injury. Actually, the second half, I kept saying we got to get Lane Johnson out because you need him next week. I think it's going to be an extremely close game back and forth. And I always say, what do I always say? 53 against 53.
Yeah.
I think we're right there with them, and they're right there with that. People may not want to hear this, but in my mind, it's a flip of a coin. Flip of a coin, you got 50-50 chance. But if we play like we played last night, then we're one of the best teams in the league, and we should go to the Super Bowl. But we'll see.
So when you look at the score of 38-7, and it wasn't even close throughout the game, the Eagles dominated, like I said, in every facet of the game. I always like having comfortable wins, but it's more enjoyable against the Giants or Cowboys. But I always like to have a close game, but I'll take that win any day of the week.
Well, you know, as a player, and I'm sitting next to guys that know the game inside out, you could tell that by the middle of the third quarter, the Giants were done. They were just going through motion. I mean, in their mind, it was done. Players on the field didn't want to get hurt. I mean, it was, as George said at the end of the game, it was a beatdown. That was a beatdown for a playoff game.
All right, Mike, we'll see you next week in the studio. Hopefully, maybe we'll call Chuck and see if we get over to yesterday's to get a live remote going there. What do you think?
All right, and me and Paul are sitting here. We're waiting for the next segment.
All right, stay on the hook there. That's Mike Carlin, our very own Mike Carlin on the Maserati the Mainline Sports Hotline. I want to remind people that the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. They are now accepting social memberships, are now available, starting at $25 a month, which is a great deal. Go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. Hey, friends, let me tell you about Maserati the Mainline, located minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati the Mainline also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati the Mainline offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pledgy at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the station where Sixers fans unite for every slam dunk.
He hammers it in.
Every three-pointer.
Corner three, bucket good.
We are your play-by-play home for Sixers basketball.
And a steal by Bible. That's what he does. And a two-hand jam. And the bench loves it. Give me a T.O., baby.
There's only one place to listen to Sixers basketball all season long. 97.3 ESPN.
And Maxey finishes with a flurry.
South Jersey's Sixers station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You might get wireless data everywhere, but do you have to use it all the time? If that's not really you, there's TracFone. You can get the same nationwide 5G coverage as big carriers, but you pick a plan that you need for a lot less. Unlimited talk and text plans start at $15 a month, no contract. And now you can get the Samsung Galaxy A03s for just $49.99. TracFone. Now you're in control. While supplies last, 1 month equals 30 days. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. It's pro football playoff time. Chickies and Pete's is ready for you with the best in-game experience anywhere. Enjoy ice-cold draft beer, our outstanding craft beer selection, and all your game day Chicky and Pete's food favorites. Chickies and Pete's.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Locker Room, Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chief. Wide receiver Dave Klemic is in the house, and, of course, Nick Earnshaw pushing the buttons. Whew, man, I still have my voice. I can't believe it. Well, our next guest, this is a really topical time to talk to him because how do you stop the Eagles' offense? So let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room. A long-time NFL assistant coach. He was the head coach at your Ursinus. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Paul Guenther to the program. Good morning, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right, we're celebrating a big win for our Philadelphia Eagles, and what a game last night, Paul.
Yeah, that was really a lopsided affair. You could tell after the first couple of series there, they were able to run the ball, control the ball down the field, and for a playoff game to be that one-sided, it was really impressive showing from the team.
Paul, it's pretty cool. You're looking over your coaching experience. Got a pretty extensive history. Assistant defensive coordinator, or a coordinator, assistant coaches. You prepare to play against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles. It's got to be a nightmare for assistant defensive coordinators to figure out how to stop the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
Well, the one thing I've noticed, and like I said, I was a defensive coordinator for the Bengals for a long time and the Raiders. And, I've been able to watch the Eagles from a distance being a local guy. But I took the year off this year, and I had a really good chance to really study and watch all the Eagles games this year. And it's it's really impressive what they did with the talents that they had, especially at the quarterback position. And I think when you're able, like we saw yesterday, when you're able to control the line of scrimmage and as dominant as they are up front with their offensive line, it's hard not to overthink those things, because first thing you got to do against the Eagles, in my opinion, is you got to stop the run, and you can't be scared of getting beat down the field like they've tried. And they have two guys on the outside that will put some fear in other defensive coordinators around the league, because they can get the ball down the field to Smith and the other guys. So
A.J. Brown.
Both those guys are really good. A.J. Brown and those two guys are really explosive guys down the field. But you can't let them just shred you for 5-6 yards a play on a run like we saw in the second half yesterday.
The Philadelphia Eagles definitely pose. They got a triple threat with their tight end, their wide receivers, and the running backs all get in. And even then it opens up the lanes for Jalen Hurts. Like if you're playing man to man in the secondary and everybody goes, Dave takes a fly route. If the quarterback tucks the ball and runs, there's no one to stop him.
Yeah, it really makes you play 11 on 11, and that's really, in my opinion, where the NFL is going. If you're a mobile quarterback anymore, unless you can get the ball out of your hand real fast, you got to be able to move around. And like I said, the Eagles have done a great job of incorporating the quarterback style run. So now, truly, if you're manned across the board, you got to get the 11th guy involved, which is now your free safety, in on some of the run fits when he takes off and runs with it. And if the safety takes one step too far up the field and he pulls the ball out, now you're really man-to-man down the field, which is not usually a very good sign for the defense.
Hey, Coach, this is David Klemic from I went to Mainland, played for the Chiefs for Coach Vermeil there. And I know you were at Ursinus when Joe Morrow, one of my good friends, was there.
Good player, wide receiver. Yep.
He was a
good player.
Great kid. Did you play with Chuck Smith, the head coach at Mainland?
I did not, but I will tell you a quick story about Mainland. He actually moved just for this year while I was sitting out of coaching, and my son's a starting tailback at Ocean City.
Ocean City, yeah.
And I didn't know much about the rivalry between Ocean City and Mainland. I know it's the Battle of the Bridge. So it was the second game of the year. And I know Mainland had a much better year than Ocean City, but Ocean City won. And my son Duke ripped one off for about 38 to put the nail in the coffin.
Nice.
I was at that game.
Yeah.
Oh, were you at that game this year?
Yeah, our only loss. Yeah.
Well, Mainland
Coach
had a great year, though.
Yeah, they did. Coach, I was saying the same thing. I was just wondering from a defensive coordinator, I'm just kind of reiterating kind of what he's saying, but like, how do you stop this team? And is there a team that you would rather play against or not play against than the Eagles?
Offensively, the only other team I would say right now, the AFC teams right now, they're all kind of similar. They're all, they're going to throw the ball quite a bit. They're going to incorporate the run when they need to. But the 49ers, in my opinion, and I've coached against that team and that scheme and Kyle Shanahan many times, that they do such a tremendous job of getting angles in the run game and getting edges of the defense where you can't just rip up the field and play. Even though Purdy, this will be a real big challenge for him to see what he does. If he plays good today, that's going to be one hell of a game next week against the Eagles if 49ers do win. But, they do such a good job. Now they have Christian McCaffrey and the other receiver. Those two guys are really Debo are really two good guys that can run the ball out of backfield. They can deploy him out as wide receivers, so it creates mismatches. I think yesterday's game, you saw the first Jacksonville touchdown. Jacksonville touchdown. They got one of the receivers matched up on a linebacker for one of those things, and that's what the 49ers offense creates problems and matchups and angles in the running game. So to me, they're the Eagles and the 49ers are by far the best two teams in the NFC.
We're talking with longtime NFL assistant coach Paul Guenther. Paul, how much film? I mean, you guys spend a lot of time in the film room, I'm sure. How much actual time do you guys coaches spend in the film room?
Billy, it's Michael.
Hey, Mike, what's
If
up?
you call him an assistant, if you call him an assistant coach again, he may walk out the door.
Long-time NFL assistant coach.
It's the wrong title. Paul, tell
No,
me.
it's all right. Keep going. No, so what was the question?
I said, how much time do you guys spend in the film room as coaches?
You know, I'll just explain to you like this. If we play a home game, I got two boys that are teenage boys. So if we play a home game, we may go out to dinner after the game, celebrate a win, hopefully. And when I wake up Monday morning, I don't see them again until Thursday. So we're it's a grind during the season. Obviously, you know, Monday's usually you're grading the tape and then getting ready for the opponent. Tuesday, the players have off, so you're game planning. And Wednesday is really the start of our week, typical Sunday game. So you're putting in your base first and second down plan, some of your third down plan. Thursday will be third down and red zone. And then Friday, you're doing 2-minute and special situations throughout the week. So really, it doesn't start gearing down until Friday. And then obviously Saturday's a walkthrough, and whether you have to travel or not. So it is quite a bit of time. There's a lot more that goes into it than what a lot of people think. You got to. I used to worry more about what I was showing the players during the week. What plays am I showing the players during the week than I was nervous about the game on Sunday.
We have Dave Klemic in the house here, and you go against speed kills, right? I mean, that's probably the hardest thing to defense against.
Oh, no question. I mean, just going back to like the times when I was with the Raiders and we had to defend the Chiefs with all the speed that they had on the field, and then obviously the two guys that the Eagles have. I'm going back to that. It's just you got to pick your poison a little bit, but you can't. In my opinion, you can't play scared, but against the run, because that's where they're just going to nickel and dime you in the run game, and you got to take your chances when the double AJ Brown and when the single up Smith, and some teams are saying, hey, we'll let you run the ball for 5 yards a pop, and they're just the problem yesterday is the Giants offense never got on the field because the Eagles possessed it for most of the game.
Yeah.
And that's a dilemma you got to deal with.
Coach, I think you nailed it when you said you really have to play 11-on-11 when you have a quarterback that can run like Jalen Hurts, and it does something to that last safety who has to stare down at you and take that shortened. They can't really drop back that far because they got to worry about him running, and he's the last guy with eyes on the quarterback. So like that really opens up things in the passing game just because of the threat. He doesn't even have to run. Just the threat of him. I mean, I think you nailed it. I think that was if I took one thing away from the things you said, and I just thought it, but you said it the best. Yeah, that makes you play 11-on-11 because you normally get 11-on-10, and then you have a mismatch defensively.
Right. I want you and the listeners to think, like, just imagine you're playing 20 yards deep in the middle of the field, 15 yards deep as a free safety, and your job is to protect the middle of the field. But if Jalen Hurts happened to run it around the edge, you got to come down and fill an alley. Now, all of a sudden, he's coming downhill and he pulls the ball up, and you've taken 2 steps forward, and A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith's taking 4 forward. You're in a problem. It's a problem. So that's where you have to. That's what I was going back to the plays that I always got nervous about during the week on Wednesdays and Thursdays of making sure that I show the players the most difficult plays to defend so they were ready to handle those situations when they came up.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate you taking your time. I know you guys are enjoying yourself. Thank you so much for calling into the show, and let's go Birds.
Awesome, man. Rooting for Philly this year.
All right, thank you so much. We really appreciate. There is Coach Guenther on the Maserati Mainline Sports Hotline. We're all getting pumped up. NFC Championship game coming to the Eagles, coming to the Lincoln. Drinking at the Lincoln. You're not drinking at the Lincoln.
No, never drank. I
All
never
right.
had a drink, but I enjoy people that do drink around me. They get a lot funnier.
Yeah. All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining experience, lively atmosphere in the pub. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs finishes with a Sunday doubleheader. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew for all the action. First, Joe Burrow and the Bengals take on Josh Allen and the Bills. Then it's a classic NFC showdown when the Dallas Cowboys meet the San Francisco 49ers. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. From the wild card round all the way to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, the NFL playoffs are right here.
Listen to the NFL playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed, and a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to Ocean. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver," unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back here in the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. The Locker Room, Billy Schwein. Former Kansas City Chief wide receiver Dave Klemic and Nick Earnshaw on the other side. Nick, we gave out the text board number, and we got a couple messages.
Yeah, so we have a couple messages, a couple of listeners texted in today to the show. So Jeff from Ocean City, he texts in, "Big win, flying high. My sister and I had a blast." So I'm assuming Jeff went to the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the game was unbelievable.
And then we have another text right now coming in. Great show. Eagles defense and offensive lines dominated the game last night and was the big difference. Hope to see you at yesterday's next Sunday. Go Birds.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I love it. We'd have the whole cast of characters will have down there. Everybody, you, Q, Klemic, Q, Carlin, everybody. Ernst will have everybody down there.
Everybody's going to be there. And then Dan from EHT, he texted in a good question. Do you guys feel like the Giants quit because the Eagles' will was too much?
Wow. Well, from my perspective in the stands, by that time I was celebrating. I didn't notice, so I'm gonna defer to you, Dave. Did it look like they quit?
One of my favorite things is saying we are going to beat this team with sheer tyranny of will.
I like that.
Tyranny
Sheer
of
tyranny
will.
of Like will. that.
Sometimes if you don't have, if they outskill you or they outsmart you, you can still beat them by sheer tyranny of will. That's a great saying. I love when coaches use that.
That's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
By the way, so we just had Paul Guenther on. He's a longtime assistant coach. I'm looking at his bio. Assistant coach. What did I say wrong?
I'm gonna.
Right?
I just think that you're taking. I think I think you're.
Mike got on and scolded me.
You're being a little.
He wasn't a head coach in the
Yeah,
NFL. He was
you're fine.
assistant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right? If you're a
If you're not the
linebackers
head
coach, you're an assistant coach.
Yeah, right.
Or if you, let me ask you this: if you're a receivers coach, are you an
You're
assistant coach?
an assistant
Yeah.
coach.
You're an assistant coach.
Yeah.
If you're defense,
And he's a good one at that. He's been a
Very good one.
So Dave, look at his record. He's been around. It means he's good, right?
Yeah, he was a head
For-
coach
or
in
signed
college,
us, right.
but as a longtime assistant NFL coach.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you get that many jobs, it's because you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah. Especially if you come from a Division III school up to the NFL, you must have been super high football IQ, which is you could tell.
You could tell he had
there.
what Carlin said, sitting and watching a game with Coach Paul and Jaws, he got a completely new perspective of watching the Eagles game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the one thing that I always like, the thing that I hold on to the most when I like of my own knowledge of the game. So when you have a quarterback that can run, it does something to the safeties. And that what it does to the safeties is puts them in a bad spot. They have to play short and you can go long. They have to respect that, even if he never even does it. Just like if you have somebody that runs a 4.3 in the 40,
right.
You have to respect them deep, even if they never completed a pass. You have to back up.
Right.
So now we have guys that can run, to hit you deep, and a quarterback that can run. They're always in a bad spot.
Right. And I also brought up when I said speed kills, because like you said, when you stretch the field, it opens everything up, right?
Yeah, opens everything up, and then you have a quarterback that can run. So that means
It's
you have open running.
And
lanes
he's a
as
good running
quarterback.
backs too. They can get toss it out of the backfield. Too.
So if I want to see the Cowboys next week, because that'd be great. You know how lathered up this whole area would be if the Cowboys came to town.
Oh, it'd be nuts. It would be nuts.
It would be like I really want that, but I don't see it happening. I think San Francisco is a much better team than the Cowboys.
I agree. What about you? What about you, Klemic?
Where are they playing?
In San Fran.
In San Fran.
Yeah. By the way, I just to let you know, I took the Chiefs yesterday, and I teased it with the over, but the over came down to like 41, 42, and I got the Chiefs minus 2.5, so I won.
Oh, there you go. It's a good one.
Yeah.
So lay down.
I didn't get a chance to fire my Eagles bet, and I would have bet on that game last night anyway. Maybe if I would have put the numbers together and teased
Anytime
it.
touchdowns.
But because the app that I have on my phone, when you go over to Philadelphia, it doesn't work, so I couldn't make.
Yeah.
Well, the way that the Chiefs played before Mahomes got hurt was as dominant as the Eagles were playing.
Right.
They were dominating them. Absolutely. Just
So let me ask you, do you think they quit the Giants? We had a text message.
Yeah, from Dan. Yep.
At the end, what he said was the players were like thinking about next season already. Let me not get hurt.
Right.
Let me not, if I get hurt at the end of this thing, I got a contract coming up, and they're like, this is out of reach.
When did that start happening? Like maybe 10 minutes ago in the game?
Because
it was 28-7 for most part of the fourth quarter, right?
Third and fourth quarter.
All right, this is probably personal, but if you're down by 3 touchdowns, right?
21 points.
Think of it. You'd have to. It takes you at the very least, it would take you 10 to 15 full minutes, a full quarter, to catch up on that. I've never seen somebody score more than 21
Well, we
points
saw,
in a quarter.
we saw in the wild card.
I was going to say, we
the
just
Doug
saw
Peterson and Jacksonville. They were down
Jacksonville.
27-0.
Yeah.
That was a will to victory. So
How
they
about
didn't give
Frank
up.
Reich with the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
He brought them back. He brought the Bills back against, I think, the Oilers.
But when you're down 21,
Tennessee.
that's a tough. That you're just like your wind's out of your sails. You're
It's
I
like the
don't know. If
10
you're
run
down
rule.
2 points. The two. Think about it, 7 points is. It's 14 points is 2 points. You know what I mean? It's 2 scores.
Two
It's not-
scores.
but that's a hard thing to do.
All right, let's real quick. We got a few minutes left in the show. Let's talk about today's games. Cincinnati, Buffalo. Up in Buffalo, it's supposed to snow up there. I hear.
It is.
Who do you like in that, Dave?
I like Buffalo.
Do you like Buffalo?
I like Buffalo
because of everything that's going on with that team. you
Yeah,
think?
they're playing on an emotional high.
Right.
I think DeMar Hamlin's supposed to be in the stadium.
Is
for
that
that.
right?
That's going to be
Yeah.
awesome.
Dave, will he ever
So-
be able to play again?
I don't know if he'll ever play again, but what he did for what he did, I think we prayed him back into life.
Yeah, I think
And
so,
feel like
man.
The NFL, I think the world's a better place because of DeMar Hamlin's situation.
Oh, that's very well said.
I feel like they're going to play on an emotional high, and they may play on such an emotional high that they could get into the Super Bowl. But
I mean, they got the horses on offense.
Now,
right?
now, if Buffalo does win that game, they're not going to go to Kansas City. The game will be played in Atlanta. They're going to be playing at a neutral site.
Say that again.
The game will be played in Atlanta if Buffalo wins against Kansas City because of the seeding, because of the game between Cincinnati and Buffalo that was canceled due to the DeMar Hamlin injury.
Right,
so
right.
it'll be a neutral site game if
But if
Buffalo
Cincinnati
wins.
wins,
If
it's
Cincinnati
a
wins,
regular-
they go to Kansas
They
City.
go to Kansas
Yes.
City. Joe Burrow. The only thing really the Bengals need, I think the only where the Bengals lack is offensive line. Right. Is that their album?
That's always
because Burrow sacks
Yeah.
so often.
I mean, he gets hit a lot.
That's been since Burrow got into the league. The Bengals have not had a great offensive line. They've improved.
But the Bills lost. The
but-
Bills lost a couple big guys on defense. Right. They
Yeah.
lost Von Miller. Right.
I believe so.
Or is it Von Miller? Or no?
Von Miller.
Yeah. And there are a couple guys down on defense, but the Cincinnati offense they give up a lot of sacks. Joe Burrow takes a lot of shots.
Well, yeah, I think DeMar Hamlin was a backup. Actually, DeMar Hamlin
Oh,
was.
oh,
They had a
was
lot
he?
of injuries in the second.
And then he was a backup. So when he came in, now they're down to their third string corner there, right? So, but that's backed up Von Miller. But I just like Josh Allen in the playoffs. He's a clutch kid. And he
Yeah.
can run the ball. He puts pressure. He runs the ball as hard as Jalen Hurts, if not
Right.
harder.
Right.
You know, he's
And he's
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger.
Who do you? All right. So you think Buffalo wins today?
I think Buffalo wins.
All right. How about the Cowboys and 49ers? What do you see
All right,
happening
I
there?
want the Cowboys. But
Yeah.
I think,
We want those.
I want
We
the
want
Cowboys.
those boys.
I think 11 wins straight, and then you have a quarterback who's a swaggy rookie. He's
Brock
swaggy.
Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, man. And
That's such a great story, man.
yeah. LeBron James tweeted him, and he
Yeah.
was like, LeBron James tweeted it, and he was like,
Yes.
oh, that's pretty cool. He was a kid. He was being like a 22-year-old kid at that point. He was like,
I'm amazed at how good Christian McCaffrey was. Always everybody knew how good he was, but it just seems he's back home, if you will, because
Yeah.
did he go to Stanford? Right.
Yeah.
He's kind of in his area, and he's like it seems like he's kicked it into another gear.
cool story. Terry Bradway, local guy.
Yeah,
too.
we see Terry all the
Terry
time.
is most recently with Carolina Panthers,
Okay.
right? And he was telling me, he'll call me every now and then, and just we're married into the same family,
Right.
so he'll call me every now and say, "Hey, what's up?" Or I ran into him at a restaurant the other day, and he goes. He's like, yeah, you know about Christian McCaffrey is he is the most down to earth kid, but the hardest worker, and he runs the hardest worker ever, but also runs routes with the receivers.
Really?
So he goes over to wide
So
receiver.
he does extra
practice.
work.
Yeah, but he'll practice with the running backs doing, the running back stuff.
Right.
But he goes with the receivers to run their routes and do all.
Really?
So he can run 5 routes, 6 routes, 7 routes, those deeper routes that they only give to the receivers. He runs those routes and can catch it on the wheel routes, like
So-
over his shoulder. just
So
like
you want the Cowboys, but you think the 49ers?
I think the 49ers are going to win.
You tune in?
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I do think Cincinnati's going to win.
I can't believe it. The show's over. I'm just getting warmed up. We can talk all day about the Eagles.
Quick again.
Jeez.
again.
Oh,
It's every week, Billy.
all right, Dave, man, great having you in here, dude. I'll have you back. Absolutely, had a lot of fun. Nick, great job today. I want to thank Mike Carlin for checking in, and also assistant coach, longtime NFL assistant coach Paul Guenther. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday. because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. We have a doubleheader today on the ESPN, 97.3 ESPN. Check it out there. And have a great Sunday, and we will see you next week right here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN.
Hi, Merrill Reese from